Guys, call me insane, but I went in pajamas to see the snow. Like, I'm in pajamas, I'm not wearing any thermal, I'm not wearing any jacket, and I just was so excited that I just went out and I was like, dude, I want to see the snow. It was freezing, but hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So right now I'm so excited to tell you guys that we are going to the United States of America. But moreover, I have to tell you that a lot of people have been asking me preparation tips and any kind of questions that the interviewer can ask, because a lot of people in my family have been going to the United States because it's a shadi and we have helped a lot of family. So I thought I should come and give you my insights. So I have written down a number of questions that I will be taking you guys along and helping you guys practice as well. So let's get into the video. So first thing I want to tell you guys about fast facts. So that is, first thing, you guys have to have a valid passport at least like 6 months before you can travel to the United States of America. Second thing is you have to fill up a DS form and get a confirmation date and then an appointment letter. And last but not least, don't forget to even carry your fees receipt as well. That's also important because initially they are going to check. And second fact is that you have to have a strong purpose to travel, a purpose of visit, and a strong home ties as well as documents for it. So let's get into the question bank now. Step 1 is that you have to fill a DS form and have a confirmation date. Filling of a DS form is easy. You guys can sit for an hour and fill your information. It's much more better that you do it because you know your right information. And second thing is that getting an appointment date, usually it takes nearly 1 year to get a confirmation date. But there are two ways. Either you go through an agent or else you sit 2 to 3 days, sometimes a week, and figure it out, because it's possible. Because me and my cousin brother wanted to cut down on the cost prices of not going through an agent. So we sat for nearly 3 days every night to book a confirmation, and it actually happened. These things are possible. Remember, there is a possibility you can save even your money here. So that's about it. Okay, so your girl has prepared a question bank and I thought I should take you guys through this question bank. I've divided it into 4 categories. First thing is that you have to know there is a purpose and trip details. First question is always what is the purpose of your visit. You have to be very clear whether it is business or else tourism. Second thing is that they're going to ask you which city are you guys going to be visiting. You have to in this you have to mention whether it is through a company or you're just going for tourism, or where you are going to stay specifically, what dates you'll be traveling, and you have to give the exact dates as well. That just shows that you are very confident about when you're traveling, where you will be staying. Here you can even show like dummy flight tickets, or even show like advance booking of your hotels or any kind of travel. Third question will always be who's sponsoring the trip, whether you'll be funding for it or whether your company or anyone who is probably gonna sponsor you will be sponsoring. Here, make sure that all these information you will be filling in your DS form, the same kind of information you have to tell it out to the visa officer. It's also better that you fill your own DS form. I've also heard that agents are taking nearly 8,000 to fill a DS form, which is pretty ridiculous. If you know the kind of questions you're filling, and you can answer your questions. It's much more easier, and you also know your passport number and your name. You will not be making any kind of mistakes, you know, so this will be really good. And last but not the least, if you're booked hotels and all, make sure you have those addresses or receipts or where you'll be, you know, going and visiting. So this is about purpose and trip details. Second thing is about, I'm going to talk about employment, business as well as finance. This is the second category. First question they will ask you is, what do you do for a living? So here you have to tell where you worked, because this is a strong thing about your home ties, that you will be coming back to India and you will be continuing work. It's better to be an employed person and travel when you are employed than unemployment. Not like it's not gonna happen, but it's just a stronger home tie that you will be having. Second thing is that how long, what is, if you're working in your company, they're going to ask you about your monthly salary and all. So this also shows that you can afford the trip, and this also gives them an answer that you can, you know, fund for your own trip if you are funding and not your company or someone else, you know. And last but not the least, if you guys are self-employed, make sure that you take in with your business registration a little bit of your bank statements, or you know, bank statements, and you know, if you're working, even like tax returns and all. So these are something that will be a strong statement that you will be coming back home as well. So that's about it. And also it's gonna be a stronger case if you have like your property papers, or that you live in your own house, or you have some kind of, you know, you have some kind of property or land in your home country, because it is easier to show them or prove them that you're just going for a visit and not to go there and settle down, you know. So that is the second category. So the third kind of category of questions that I have encountered is ties to your home country. Do you have a family in your home country, or spouse, or like kids, or basic questions like, are you a citizen, are you studying, are you employed, do you have properties here, or you know, any kind of business or any kind of ongoing commitments. So these kind of questions will help you give a stronger case for you to be coming back to India. And a fourth category is travel as well as prior visas. It's going to be a stronger case if you have traveled international, because it shows that you are just going for a travel or a short visit or just a conference or any kind of commitments you have, and you will be coming back home. And now the fifth category that I'm going to talk about is business specific questions that I have encountered, because this time it was from my family. The last time we had went was through educational institute for a conference. So questions you can encounter is, what kind of meeting and conference this is, what is specific about this conference and why it can help you out. And in this questions you have to be very particular about the dates. Give them even the itinerary of, if the conference is for 3 to 4 days, what you guys will be doing and everything. And also give them a clear picture of the organization or the name or the kind of agenda they have set for you. So this is one thing. And in this category, I have also seen that these people can ask you about whether you will be paying for this or the company will be paying for it. Sometimes these kind of letters from your company will help you out very much. So last but not the least is family and host details. Like for example, like this one, like we are going for a shadi, so questions what I have seen, we have encountered is, who's this particular host that is hosting you to the United States, whether they are going to sponsor your trip, or what kind of relationship you have with them, or the closer the relationship, the much more better. And even a particular question I have encountered is, who's going to pay for the trip? Are they having, so whenever you're going through this, make sure that you have invitation letters, a very strong one, and it will be a stronger case if they are the citizens of United States of America. So these are the categories of questions I have seen within this few years of me doing the visa process, helping a lot of people out. So these are the questions I have encountered, and recently, because most of my family members have got their visas, these are some questions that I've encountered. I thought it would be very helpful because I know a lot of you don't have much information out there on the internet, and I also don't mind you guys sending me a mail if you have some kind of questions, or I can give you my email address where we can hop on call and build a stronger case for you. And if any kind of help you guys want, please let me know. And we have a strong community as well. Comment down below all your questions, because we all are here helping each other out. And I hope this video was insightful, and I will be giving you guys a lot more on the next kind of questions and tips, making some videos if I encounter something new. So I will see you guys soon. Bye guys.